Hello, happy Friday, everybody. So I'm going to be making a, excuse me, chocolate chip tiramisu cheesecake. I have not made one in a very long time, and this is a new oven since I've made it last, so fingers crossed, let's do this. So I always kind of use the same tools every time I make a certain recipe, so it's funny, I use this little shot glass because it's got a nice flat bottom for my crust. Got my old Pampered Chef spring foam pan. I've got it wrapped in foil at the bottom, and I buttered the whole thing, and then I cut out a piece of parchment paper, stuck it in, and buttered that too, just as a precaution. So this recipe takes 2 days technically, because once we make the cheesecake and everything, we chill it overnight. I take it out of the spring form and flip it onto a dish, and then I melt chocolate and do a little design on top, so that part will be tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to get this crust in the oven, and then we'll beat everything up, and then I will show it a picture of it once it comes out. So what I did was I melted 6 tablespoons of butter in my micro cooker here, so it's all melted. It called for 17 lady fingers, or I've used graham crackers. I didn't really know how much to use, so I'm going to kind of eye it. I have 2 cups in here, but I don't want to put all of it because I don't want to suck up all of the butter. A tablespoon of espresso powder, okay, because tiramisu, right? And we're going to mix it up with a fork here. I might have a little too much butter, too much breadcrumbs, but I like a thick crust, so I just want to make sure it's all covered with the butter, because you want it to be like, I don't know the word, but manageable in your pan. So let's get that all covered up. That might be plenty, so we might not need that. But usually I'll use lady fingers, but I only had graham crackers in the house here, so we're using that. Okay, I think that's good. And what we're going to do, we're going to par bake the crust. So I've got the oven on 350, and we're going to bake the crust for about 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to pour this in to our prepared pan, and then we're going to spread it out with the shot glass. All right, the shot glass kind of compacts it pretty darn good. All right, so we'll just spread it out first. And what you're going to try to do is compact it and then kind of go up the sides. Okay, this is a really nice, rich cheesecake. One of our favorites, actually one of Robert's favorites. So we're going to surprise him. And once we get this all done, we'll put it in the oven. So I've got this in an old broiler pan that came with one of my old stoves, and I like to use it because the sides are high enough up that we can add some water and keep the crust nice and moist. Okay, we're not going to put, the cheesecake nice and moist. We're not going to put the water in yet. So, okay, I think that is good. There we go. See, we're all kind of a little up the sides. I probably could have used a little bit more graham cracker and a little bit more butter so that we could have gone higher up on the sides, but this is plenty. So we're going to put it in our oven for, let's just do 8 minutes to be safe. Okay, so while that's going, we're going to start the rest of it. So let's switch us around here. There we go. I think you can see me there. Hello. So this is our Pampered Chef mixer. You want when you're making a cheesecake, you want all of your ingredients at room temperature. So I've had everything sit down a bit. I've got 2.5 bars of cream cheese. I've got an 8-ounce package of mascarpone cheese. And if you don't remember all the ingredients, let me know if you want it and I'll get it to you later. Got a cup of sugar. We're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 3 eggs. I think that's it. Oh, and a 1/4 cup of little mini chocolate chips. Okay, so hopefully it won't get too loud for you guys. I'm gonna put the shield on just in case. You can use a regular hand mixer with this, but the cream cheese is kind of hard to cream up good, so let's try this. We're gonna put this on and we're gonna set it to cream. I've got the paddle on there, paddle attachment. All right, so as that's going, once it's all creamed up, we're gonna gradually add some sugar. And let's see here, I don't want to mess up, so I'm going to read along with my directions. Until it's about fluffy. Then we're going to beat in some sugar until it's smooth. And then the mascarpone, vanilla, and salt. And then we'll do the eggs one at a time. I like to put them in a cup, so I'm not trying to break them into here. And we'll use a spoon and just let one in at a time, incorporate it. By the time this is all done, our crust should be ready. Hello, Miss Kim. Hi, April. Hi, Laura. So, if you have any questions, let me know. What we're going to do also, once the crust is done, we're going to lower the temperature from 350 to 325. I have forgotten to do that quite often, so I got to remember to do that. And then we'll put the crust on that boiler pan, put it in the oven on the lowest rack, and add the water. And the water will create a steam to keep the cheesecake from splitting. And don't worry if it splits. All you have to do is get like a hot, once it cools overnight, take one of your spatulas, dip it in warm water and wipe it dry, and then kind of try to seal up the splits. And we're going to put chocolate over the top anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So, okay, this is about nice and fluffy. There's another cheesecake we love, the Bailey's cheesecake. Just put a little bit of Bailey's in it. Use like a chocolate cookie for the base. It's a really nice combination. One that I had to make for somebody a long, long time ago, it was a pumpkin cheesecake, and I thought it sounded so disgusting, but I tasted it and it was absolutely delicious. So I like to do that one at Thanksgiving and then decorate it with like half pecans all around the top. And you can put like pecans or shortbread in the crust. That'll come out nice too. Alright, so we're going to gradually add our sugar. Again, this is a cup of sugar. And this is going to go off. And we'll change the setting from cream to B after this. I don't know how to make this healthier, so if this is too much sugar for you, I'm sorry. Alright, so that's about done. We'll shut off in 8 seconds. And, you know, we won't eat it all, so my lovely neighbors will also get some. There we go. Alright. So now, I'm going to take this off for a sec. If you've ever had mascarpone cheese, oh, it's just delicious. It's really good on fresh baked bread. It's just got such a great flavor. So it calls for a cup, which is 8 ounces. So we're going to put this whole container in there. It's like the Italian version of cream cheese, but better. Okay, so we will put all of this in here. Again, make sure that your ingredients are room temperature so that everything bakes at the same time, same speed. Alrighty, let me just wipe that off. I am so bad. I am like the cleanest cook. I just don't like messes. And I've made quite a few, believe me. Okay, so we're going to take this off. You know what? Push the sides down too, because some of it built up on the top there. Alright, and then we'll run this and mix it good. There we go. You can also make like a really nice vanilla, just a plain old fashioned vanilla cheesecake, and then do some nice strawberries, macerated strawberries on top, or cherries. But again, this is one of our favorites. There we go. So we're gonna slap that back in place. I've learned to put my shield on because the one time I didn't, something flew up and hit me in the face. And I certainly don't want that. So we're going to, let's see, we put the sugar in. We're going to beat the mascarpone, vanilla, and salt. So we got a quarter teaspoon of salt. We've got a teaspoon of our, and I'm using our double strength Madagascar bourbon vanilla. I believe we still have some in our outlet online. Usually it comes out during the holidays. It just smells so good. Okay, we're gonna put this on beat for, looks like, until smooth. Okay. Okay, and once that is done and mixed in good, we're going to add the eggs one at a time, and then we'll use the scraper to add the chocolate chips in, and then we just have to wait for the crust to come out, and we're good. Easy peasy. Tonight, I think we're going to make some, what is it, creamy mushroom sauce over pork chops. Another favorite Robert's. I know you've probably seen me make this a few times before, but it's really delicious and super easy. Not a lot of ingredients in it, so I might post that later on. Alright, let's start adding our eggs. It's starting to look good. This is much easier than trying to crack the egg and then getting eggshells in your cheesecake. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, that is our crust. This is almost done. Looks good. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous because every time I try to bake in this new oven, things just don't cook the way I want them to. So I'm gonna keep a sharp eye on this for sure. Let's get everything off the beater that we can. Don't want to waste all that. Okay. You know I gotta taste it. Already good, and it's not even cooked yet. I know. Raw eggs in there, blah, blah, blah. Alright, we're gonna take this off of here. Close this up. And move it out of the way. We're gonna take our chocolate chips. And we're just gonna hand mix them. Get them all in there. Just so there's a little, you don't want tons of chocolate chips, but it's just to give it the look like a cannoli. Okay. There we go. Easy peasy. Make sure there's no lumps on the bottom that didn't get incorporated, which this mixer mixes things up pretty darn good. So there's nothing left on the bottom. We're going to take our crust. I don't know if you can see that. It's hot, so I don't want to touch it. And we're going to pour this mixture in there. And then shake the pan out to get any air bubbles. And it looks, you can do the topping any way you like. I usually put some chocolate in a Ziploc bag. Put it in the microwave for a couple seconds just to melt it. And then kind of cut the tip off and just make like little zigzag or crisscross lines on the top of the cake. It looks really pretty and it looks really fancy. Okay, so we've got this in here. Come on. And I'm going to just spread it out so it's even in our crust. Now you got to be careful because you don't want to knock the crust that's going up the walls off. Okay. And this makes, I think, about a 9-inch cheesecake, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we're gonna kind of shake it here. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is going in the oven. And then we're gonna fill it with water. So hold on, I'll bring you over here. Easy peasy. I know, I chatter when I'm cooking, sorry. All right, let's see if you can see that here. Okay, so it says to put it on the bottom rack. There we go. Sorry, it's a little heavy. And then we're gonna add our water, and it says to put the water about halfway up, and you're putting the tin foil on just in case because you don't want the water to seep into the pan. And again, this is going to create a steam for your cheesecake so it doesn't dry out and split on you. And voila. Let's see, can you see here? Let me split you. How do I flip you? Here we go. So we're in there, we got water in there, and we're gonna close her up. And we're gonna cook it for, how long? How long are we cooking it? Whew, we are cooking it for, I have no idea. 1 hour, and let cool in the water bath for 15 minutes. So let's set the timer 1 hour, and I will show it to you once that hour is up. And if you want a piece, you know where I live. Come on over. Have a good one. I will post a picture in a little bit. Bye.